Hi guys, welcome to my latest bike review. So, my last bike review was on the Giant Defy. That particular bike was involved in a crash with a car and was written off. So, I wanted to get something a little bit different next time. So, what have we here? This is a Daccordi rollover. It is Daccordi's sportive race bike. They also make a bike called the Flyer, which is the climber's bike, the Noah, which is more of a kind of time trial bike and a little bit more expensive I think, and the still bike which is called the Giraffe. So, a little bit of history on Daccordi. Daccordi have been making bikes since 1937. It says so on the head tube there and on the seat tube there. Only Bianchi have been making bikes in Italy longer. So, the rollover. It is a carbon fibre monocoque frame there, with the rear part of the frame glued to the front part of the frame in Daccordi's factory in Tuscany. It's put together in a jig just like a steel frame would be made, and it's 100% made in Italy. It says so on the frame there. So it's not made in a Chinese factory. So what's this bike like to ride? Well, I've ridden it in 2 time trials. I've ridden it in a 65-mile sportive, ridden it to Brighton and back over 100 miles. It is a very stiff frame, but also a very comfortable frame. You glide over the miles on this bike. It climbs hills, no problem at all. It is just super stiff and very, very comfortable. So, finishing kit on this bike. We have a charge saddle. Very comfortable saddle that if you want to ride long distance. Adidas seat post, Adidas stem, Adidas handlebars, Shimano 105 STI levers, Shimano 105 brake calipers, Shimano Ultegra compact crankset 50-34 teeth, Shimano Ultegra front derailleur, Shimano Ultegra rear derailleur with an 11-speed cassette on the back there, 11 to 28 teeth, which gives you a good spread of gears. The wheels are Fulcrum Racing 5s, very nice red nipples on the end there. Bit of a basic wheel set, but they're more than good enough for racing and training. It's shod with specialised Gripton S-Works tyres. Very nice racing tyre they are. A different alternative to a Grand Prix that most people use. When this bike was all put together, we weighed it in a bike shop and it weighed around about 8 kilos, which is a competitive weight for a bike for this kind of price. It's got some really nice touches on the frame. The way the cables go into the frame there, it's got a little ball joint there to stop it scratching the head tube. Also joins into the seat tube there nicely. It's fully electronic compatible, so if you want to go electronic gears you can. It's just a very nicely finished bike. There's even a picture of the frame builder on the frame there. So, a little bit of history of Daccordi's in the UK. Well, back in when I was a young lad, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a shop on Box Hill called Dolphin Sport, and they used to sell a lot of Italian frames, but they used to sell a lot of Daccordis. I've actually got a steel Daccordi in the shed from the late 80s, that needs restoring. That bike is in a very vivid colour of pink, blue, silver and chrome. Also, a thing about Daccordi is if you buy a Daccordi, they never make two in the same colour in the same frame, so it's highly unlikely you will see another Daccordi the same as yours on the UK roads. If you want one of these frames, there's two South London bike shops that sell them. One is the Veer Cycles in Streatham, and the other is Corriedori at the bottom of Epsom Downs. So if you want something a little bit different to your Cannondales, your Treks, your Piranellos, then why don't you give Daccordi a try. Thanks for watching my video.